What's going on with everybody? Top Flight TV, Mr. Top Flight Films. How's everybody doing today, man? Hope everybody's having a beautiful, productive day. I am being extremely productive today. I've done a whole lot in a little bit of time today, and I feel great. And that's really, the best days for me is when I get things done, man. But we here. I'm a little late, about 20, 28 minutes late, but I'm in the building, and I got a couple topics, nothing serious. I got a couple topics I want to talk about. Um, it's a Q&A. Anybody want to jump ahead, question and answer. If you catching the playback, please feel free to leave a comment on any future topics that you want to discuss here on Top Flight TV. Y'all know how we do. We cover a array of topics, politics, hip hop, all kind of stuff, man. So please feel free to drop in and leave a comment if you want to talk about something. If you haven't already, man, hit the Instagram and follow the channel Top Flight _TV. I got a bunch of interviews, I got a bunch of stuff on it, man. A bunch of funny stuff, a bunch of things that go on locally where I'm at. We got some dope interviews on there. Benzino, YBS Scholar, you dig? So go check that out. Make sure you follow. As you come in the room, man, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button for a brother, man. We gonna go up. So the first topic that we want to cover, man, and I don't want to get too deep on this. It's just, something that's ongoing, and it's something that it's about to hit a breaking point, and this is the Diddy situation. I don't want to get too deep into it, but Diddy, as y'all know, he has been to let's be real, man. All bias aside, Diddy has been receiving really unfair treatment, and I told y'all yesterday that this channel is about justice. This channel is about justice, and this channel is about calling out injustices. So, as far as Diddy goes, he was acquitted on a lot of charges, found not guilty on a lot of the major charges, and that was a big W for him. Any Anybody in the world would have been set free after a lot of those charges were dropped. Anybody else would have been set free. Um, for some reason, they still have Sean Combs in a goddamn box. And I'm sitting back looking at it, man, like he has lawyers, he has high-powered lawyers that can't even get him out. They have attempted to go to Trump for a pardon. And Donald Trump let it be known last week that, look here, man, look, Diddy said a couple things about me, not too long ago. I don't know if I can do it. You dig? That's pretty much what Trump said. I believe there's still a chance that Trump will pardon that man. You dig? Hold on, we got a comment. Sid Hank said, "Yo, bro, you a rapper?" No, I'm not a rapper, bro. I'm not a rapper. But yeah, I believe there's still a chance that Trump will pardon Diddy. From what I understand, the lawyers reached out to Donald Trump. If Donald Trump is about justice, anybody can look at this and see that it's a major injustice going on. Right now, the charges that he's stuck with is buying prostitutes, pretty much transporting, buying prostitutes. Nobody should be sitting with no bail for buying prostitutes. Nobody. You understand? He has no prior convictions. Um, he offered a $50 million bail package, and they still won't uh, let him out. And I find that to be extremely uh, tragic. It's tragic. It's a travesty of the law, man. So we gonna keep our eye on this case because I do believe He will get out soon. The lawyer sat down. I forgot what publication it was. The lawyer sat down and said that Diddy will be back in Madison Square Gardens very soon. So we can already see what type time Diddy's on. He's ready to come out and get busy. And I hope he does. I hope he dances in all these people's faces, man. The DA, the U.S. State's Attorney, these goddamn crooked ass judges. I hope he shows off and gets back to the music and does more great things in life, man. Because he should have never been in that. He should have never been in that trial in the first place. He should have never been in handcuffs in the first place. You dig? Uh, so yeah, that's where we at. Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to Tamil. Shout out to Russia. Where everybody from, man? Y'all hit the like button when y'all come in here. Garrett G35. What it do, homie? We got Russia tapping in. Y'all let me know where y'all from in here, man. Drake. We're gonna talk about Drake real quick. I'm gonna try not to be too hard on Drake today. Y'all know how I am when it comes to Drake. It's been a couple developments with his situation. Drake, he got Iceman coming. This album called Iceman, and he dropped the first single. First single was What Did I Miss? That joint. Let me say this, man. The What Did I Miss joint? The What Did I Miss joint? It hit right. It hit for a little bit. It's not hitting the way it used to hit, bro. Like, somebody tell me I'm wrong, man. Somebody tell me I'm lying. When that joint comes on the radio, it just doesn't have the same flair. You know what I'm saying? It does not have the same flair. It doesn't have the same impact. What's up, my brother?
Howdy, howdy.
It doesn't have the same impact as a lot of his other singles. Say, for instance, a God's Plan or something like that. Um, so it's been marinating. The What Did I Miss single has been marinating for a little bit. And he dropped another single. He dropped another single with Central C. This is an artist out of the UK. And it's called, what is the single called? Anybody know what the single's called? Is it called Is It Her or She? I don't know what it's called. Because I haven't heard it, right? I have not heard the song. So that tells you a lot about how much Drake has fell off. Let's just keep it real. Um, I was at the beach for 7 days. I didn't hear it not one time. Now last year I went to the beach. We heard Not Like Us everywhere. That record was everywhere. You couldn't escape it. You know what I'm saying? They're saying the song is at like 23 on the Billboard. It's like 23 on the Billboard. It's not a good look. They even said he pushed the album back to October 31st, I think it was. Um, and I say all this to say, I debate with a lot of people about this Drake and Kendrick beef. I debate with a lot of people. And people, of course, rooting for Drake to come back. But what Kendrick did to that man, he really took the air out of his tires. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get him out of here all the way, but he absolutely hurt him in a major, 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 major way. And we're seeing that now with these new singles. These new singles just aren't really performing like that. You dig? Nobody really cares. Nobody's really. It's just not the same. It's not the same. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to y'all. King Leo, what it do? King Leo said Drake is back. Drake is back. Where, bro? Where's Drake? Where's Drake back? What is he doing? What's Drake doing? He's not really doing nothing, man. It's not a lot going on. We got P. Diddy in the building. Shout out to P. Diddy. I am the beef. What up, homie? King Leo said, I disagree. Drake It's #1. I disagree. Drake never missed. Well, he missed, bro. He missed. I'm not talking about my personal feelings. That what's the King Leo? What's this the song with Central C? What's the song with Central C? Since you're such a Drake fan, what song is that? Because that song is very underwhelming. The performance of that song is very underwhelming. It's on 23 on the billboards. It's been out for about 14 days, and it's not getting the traction that I think they thought it was going to have. It's like really like a song for the women. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, look, this is a Q&A, man. Anybody want to talk? Anybody? It's an open topic. Anybody want to come in here with a topic, man? Let's break it down. Let's talk about it. Let's get to it, man. Um, P. Diddy said, yeah, everybody know you got a new hat. I just like to keep it fresh, home. That's all. I am the beef said, Diddy, all those charges they threw on you, was it even real or they framing a hardworking, honest man? It was a little bit of both, man. It was a little bit of both. Some of the stuff was absolutely true. We already know that. But it wasn't a federal crime. A lot of stuff he did wasn't there was no criteria for a federal crime. See, the Italian mob, let's talk about the Italian mob for a minute. When the Italian mob, when they get hit with RICO, they have to be surveilled for years. There has to be hours and hours of phone taps. There has to be a certain criteria for them to bring them into a court of law. Now with Diddy, like all they needed was a lawsuit to start a whole RICO. You dig? And that's how we know this whole shit was flawed. That's how we know this whole thing was set up, and we know that it was unfair and it was not a good case. Because normally to get a RICO, you would need at least a year or two of evidence before you can even, you know, go pick somebody up. You know, normally they'd pick somebody up within the team, within the crew, and then they would take it from there. But with this thing with Diddy, man, they got the lawsuit, they saw what was in the lawsuit, and they went ahead and started the propaganda campaign, and they lost. And they lost. The feds lost. The lead prosecutor on the case got fired. She got fired. And they all have egg on their face. You dig? The feds look absolutely silly. They wasted the taxpayers' money. They wasted everybody's time. Of course, they humiliated that man. A lot of his business was leaked online. But nevertheless, we are in the era, it doesn't matter. Now, if this was 1995, Diddy would be canceled. But we are in the era where anything goes. That man was rubbing semen on his nipples. Nobody's gonna care. You dig? This is 2025, man. It's a different ball game out here. You dig? I was trying to tell one of my artists, not my artist, but I shoot videos, right? And I shot a video for this chick. And she has a unique style rapping, right? And it's a different style. I don't judge her style. But she put her video out, we put her video out online, and she got 4, 5, 6 negative comments from some women. And she kind of took it real hard, right? And what I was trying to tell her is, in 2025, man, this is the era of infamy. This is the time in the music industry where all you need is engagement. You dig? If you want to get on, if you want to get your music heard, if you want to get your video watched, you want to get views, you want to get traction in this industry, you are basically doing the opposite of what we used to do. We used to try to be talented, right? But in this era of time, you just have to have engagement. And the worse the engagement, the better. You dig? Like, I want y'all to think about something, man. Bad Baby is up 50 million. I want y'all to let that sink in for a minute. Bad Baby, the girl from Dr. Phil, Catch Me Outside. I want y'all to think about this shit. Shawty is up 50 million. Who would have ever thought that Bad Baby would be have $50 million to her goddamn name? All off of infamy, all off of people not liking her. But behind most people not liking her, there was a group of people that understood her and liked her. You understand? So that's the lesson. The lesson is everybody's not gonna like you. And the more infamous you are in this day and age when it comes to entertainment, the more successful you're gonna be. You dig? So a lot of artists I work with, man, they trying to like go with the flow and like mimic what other people doing, and it's like it's boring. No, you gotta come out with controversy. It needs to be something it needs to be some shock value in what you're doing. Texas Bama, what it do? Let me get to the comments. I ain't gonna address you, bro. 100. You just trying to gaslight. Chico Lino said, "What's the name of the video? I want to watch it." I don't know if she dropped the video, but we dropped the teaser on my Instagram. You can go to my Instagram, topflight_TV, and you'll see it. Her name is Sammy UYRC. That's her name. And the song is called Hot Girl Summer Remix or Hot Girl Summer Freestyle. You dig? But I mean, I don't judge people's music. I've worked with artists that have gotten signed, and I wouldn't have necessarily, played their music in my leisure time. So I don't judge people's music because you never know who is going to blow up. You never know who likes. Just because I don't like it, and I'm not saying hers, but I'm saying in general. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean a vast audience of people won't like it. You dig? Farza said, "Who stands with President Trump?" Richard Wilkins says, "I agree somewhat. You can blow up off a negative and short clout, but you gotta capitalize on it before it slips like she did." Yeah, well the thing is, she absolutely capitalized off of that 15 minutes of fame. She turned that 15 minutes of fame into 50 M's. You dig? I gotta respect that. Like I respect it. I mean, do I respect, you know, the 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 criteria to be successful today? Not really. But I do respect her grind and her hustle and her ability not to throw it all away. Once you get some energy, right, you got to maintain that energy. You can't just get energy, kick your feet up, and then that energy goes away. Yeah, the Instagram is top flight, TOPFLYGHT_TV. You dig? J Dog, what it do, homie? Y'all hit that like button for me, man. We in here. Anybody got a topic or a question or anything they want talked about, please put it in the chat. This is an open topic today. But you got bad baby, and you got, what's the other little girl that just got $1 million? She's got $1 million on her was it OnlyFans? Lil Tay. Shout out to you, J Dog. I appreciate it, homie. Lil Tay, it's a I don't even want to call her an influencer. I don't know if she was an artist or what, but there was a internet personality named Lil Tay, little Asian girl. This chick she got $1 million in one day. $1 million in one day on her OnlyFans. And I don't even think she was doing anything X-rated. And this is what I mean. This is what I'm trying to convey to this artist. I'm like, listen, I shoot videos for a lot of rappers, and some rappers don't even get any comments on their video. You dig? So the name of the game is to get engagement. The name of the game is to get your video seen and heard. Chico Lino said, people enjoy more talking bad about people, the hate than love, and social media feeds that money traction. Yeah, I agree. I agree, homie. Negativity, it travels way faster than positivity. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way us humans are built. Negative news, negative images. I run my Instagram page, right? So my most viewed Instagram pages are fight videos. Like human beings really enjoy a good train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Even me, and I can't, act like I don't click on fight videos too. I'll click on a fight video, um, a car wreck video or something like that. That's just how we built, man. Eric Rodriguez says, "Bruh, are you famous?" No, I'm not famous, brother. I can't say I'm famous. The wordsmith said, "Attracted to drama, we can barely help it, huh?" Queen K said, "Do you like Stray Kids K-pop group?" I don't know. I never heard of that. I've heard of K-pop. I've never heard of Stray Kids. David Manzi says, "Take the tag off your hat, stupid." Swift 38, you a fool. Doc 101 said, "Have you ever been to Africa, my nigga?" No, I haven't, sir. I have never been to Africa. I have never been to Africa, man. Shout out to you, Chico. Dr. Smoke, what it do, homie? Ayab Taff says, "Do you like chicken?" Yes, I love chicken. Chicken is delicious, man. Chicken is very tasty. You dig? Do you like chicken, my man? What kind of question is that? Doc 101 said I should come to Africa. Maybe one day, brother, but I'm enjoying my homeland. I'm enjoying America, man. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind. See, my problem is I don't want to hop on them flights for a long time. I don't like going on long flights. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being on a plane for real long. Niche Hardno. What's up? What's up, homie? Trevor Carter said NYC is in the building. Shout out to NYC. Yeah. Where everybody from, man? Y'all let me know where y'all from. What city y'all from? Sam Stevens said only busters sit on the porch and vape, cuz. Look here, Sam. Don't worry about what I do, my boy. Don't worry about what I do. Shout out to London. We got London in the building. Dr. Smoke said, "What vape is that?" This is a Morph 3 or some shit. We got Detroit in the building. Shout out to Detroit, man. I gotta get back to Detroit. I did some work out in Detroit at Harpo's. You familiar with Harpo's? It's like a theater, big ass theater, dog, huge theater. Sam Stevens said Buster ass flavor. Larry P said, "You work out, you look semi-jacked." Yeah, I work out, brother. I do. I try to work out. I'm 44 years old, so I try to keep it fit, man. I just walk like a mile. Dallas is in the building. Shout out to Texas Bam. What it do, man? We got Hungry in the building. 7400 Capo Sevar. Where is that? Is that England? I'm still Jenny from the block said, "Can you pray for me? I have a disability called volume syndrome." Yeah, I gotta look that up. Sweetheart. The wordsmith says DC area in the house. Shout out to DC, man. Shout out to the whole DMV. You dig? Sky Corp said, "Killing it, brother. Just getting back in shape myself." Hey, let me tell you, man. It's so important. I'm watching my father. He's in the hospital right now, and he can't really walk. He can't even walk. And it got me thinking, like, man, you got to take care of your body. You only got one. When we're young, we think we're invincible, and that we're gonna have these abilities forever. But as we grow older, as we get older, man, our body starts to break down, and the only way to combat that is through fitness. You know what I'm saying? EJ Trill said, "I'm trying to power walk at 64." Yeah, that's the shit I'm on. That's the shit. It's a dude on my Instagram. He's 74. This dude be doing push-ups, and he's my inspiration. He does a lot of juicing. You know what I'm saying? I haven't got to that point yet, but that's my inspiration right there. These are the things that I want for my life, man. I want to be able to be 74 and still mobile and still moving. You know what I mean? South Africa's in the building. Shout out to South Africa. Shout out to Florida, man. Shout out to Dayton. Hey, I was out dating. I did did a video with my man. What's my man name? Yellow Pain. You know who Yellow Pain is? My man got yellow hair. Sam Stevens said, "So stop the vape." Hey man, listen, you're 100% correct. You got me there, bro. You got me there. Listen, I've been wanting to throw this vape in the ocean, but I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 12, man. So it's kind of hard. It's very hard. Hitler's biggest fan called me a bum. The wordsmith, I appreciate that, Holmes. Mr. Mark Wu, the mind tells the body what to do. Protocol Zero said, "What do you think of Brazil?" I don't, from what do I think of it? I don't really think of it, but I would like to go there one day. I know the Brazilian females is off the meat rack. Like, I love a good Brazilian, yeah, you dig? I appreciate that, Texas, man. Cohen VSP, what it do? New Haven, Connecticut. Hey, my cousin out in New Haven. Now he in Norwalk. My cousin out in Norwalk. Pandy Ray said, "Are you from the hood?" No, I'm not from the hood, man. I'm from a hood. You dig? I don't consider it the hood, but it's a hood, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this vaping thing is serious, man. Oh, Sir Lincoln, okay. Cohen said he's smoking at 15. Let me tell you, bro. Put them cigarettes down, man. Put them cigarettes down. I started smoking when Newports was $1.90. That's telling my age. When I started smoking, Newports was $1.90. We got Larry in the building. What it do? Chico said, "Come buy land in South Africa and triple your worth." Giant Boy, what it do? Yeah, I wouldn't mind acquiring some land overseas. You dig? Texas Bama said, "I was 11. We was hell." Yeah, man. Hey, cigarettes was a big deal, dog. Like, I come out the house, we stealing cigarettes. We rolling up cigarette butts off the ground. You know what I'm saying? It was, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with us. We just was bored, you know what I'm saying? We was going in. Back in the day, the cigarettes, all you had to do was, like, they used to have cartons of cigarettes in the aisle. Who remembers that? They would have cartons of cigarettes in the aisle at, like, People's and CVS. You go down the tobacco aisle, they would have cartons of Newports and Marlboros. We used to take them cartons and stuff them in our pants. Andrew Walker said, "Don't you have some trees to climb?" Ooh, ooh, ah, ah. That is not even, it's not even funny, bro. Like, that's not even, I'm not even mad at that. Like, you just a geek. Andrew, you would never say that to my face. You know this. Don't be a coward, sir. Don't be a coward. You would never say that to me in my face. TFTV Zombie said, "Using a stove to light up," man. What? Skipping school, using that stove, using the toaster. Yeah, let me tell you, man, them cigarettes used to be in the aisle, homie. Like, now they locked up. But cartons used to be in the regular aisle, across from the chips. Yeah, I remember. I'm so old. We used to be able to smoke in the fast food places. When it was cold outside, we would go up in Roy Rogers and smoke cigarettes. They had ashtrays. Who remembers that? Yeah, Mark Wu said, I remember when you could smoke cigarettes anywhere. Yeah, bro, like, think about that shit. We sitting in there as kids at the table smoking cigarettes. Yeah, man, and then they had like the cigarette machines, like, you know, like a vending machine. The wordsmith said 12 to 17 is them dangerous days. I'm 45 now. I remember smoking at McDonald's. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sam Stevens said, now take your ass to the nearest corner. Man, let me tell you, you hard pressed to really find somebody smoking a cigarette. Back in the day, when we needed a cigarette, like everybody smoked. Most people smoked back in the day. It was nothing to run into somebody and say, hey bro, can I get a cigarette? You if you look around, and this is a good thing, but if you look around now, nobody smokes cigarettes no more. What do you think? Said cars had ashtrays in them and cigarette lighters. Yes, they did. Mark Wu said, I had a teacher that smoked cigarettes in the classroom. God damn. Hellbird said, I went to your hood and they didn't know you. Shit, you ain't go to my neighborhood, bro. I'm very well known, very well respected. You understand? Uh, RK, I appreciate that. Anders H says, so I heard through the grapevine that I could buy some flour here. No, sir. No, you can't buy any flour here. We don't do anything illegal here. Wars Peace said, everybody on weed and vapes now. I had a teacher hotbox her car with them cigarettes. Miles Burnett said, I even started smoking. 70s baby, been smoking for about 26 years. Man, yeah, man, look, I love the smell of cigarettes, dog. That's weird, but I love smelling cigarettes. You dig? If I smell a cigarette, I love the smell. I still love the smell. Um, we got some Trump supporters in here. My man said, Trump is king. Is he your king? Is Trump your king? Chico said, my daddy smoked weed at the dinner table. Digity D said, how mad would you be if you took that hat to work, put it down, and someone took the stickers off when you weren't looking? I would not care. I would not give a damn. I don't even care, bro. See, hats for me, bro, these joints last about, in the summertime, they last about 2 months. Then they get all sweaty, you know what I'm saying? And then I wear them to the gym. We got the FBI in the building. What do you think, Sid? Let's keep politics out of it, yeah, because it can get messy. I'm all for anything, man. Whatever y'all want to talk about. Any questions, any discussions or topics y'all want to bring up, man, let's get it in. Sabrina Carpenter fan said, would you rather watch a tree grow or a Negro? Wah, 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 wah. Texas Bama said, these MFers must be dying to talk to someone because the question's weird as a... What do you think, said? Super sloppy shit gets when talking politics. Soul Rebel said, are you related to the game? No, I'm not related to the game. Stefan Plattner said, nice. I appreciate that, homie. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a slow news week, man. It's not a lot going on, so I'm just saying here checking in with the people, and I'm just saying here, you know, wanting to talk to the family, man. Anything y'all got on y'all chest, man, let's get it up, let's get it out there, man. You dig? Yeah, you see the FBI here? Opti said, you look like someone I've shot. Yeah, not me, sir. Poetic Tears, what it do? Sam Stevens said, I smell a lot of old farts up in here. Tony Montana said, man, please release them Epstein files. Let's talk about the Epstein files for a hot second. We don't gotta get too deep into it. I got a question though, because at this point it's like we know them Epstein files aren't getting released. You know what I'm saying? Like, at what point does everybody move on? Cause they not gonna give you them files, bro. Them files will not be out. We all know there are too many important people in them files, and it will probably damage the nation. It will probably put the nation, like you, the USA will be in trouble. So I believe, this is just my belief. I believe that, it's a national security issue with them files. They, yeah, Tony Montana said them files gonna expose the whole world. Might even expose me. System Rebel said the whole system will crash if they expose. Yeah, yeah. Chico said, "Who's a better lyricist than the game on the West Coast, in your opinion?" Oh, it's a lot of them, bro. It's a lot of lyricists out there. You got Raz Kaz, you got Kendrick. Mark Wu said a lot of people died first. Man, listen, everybody needs to move on from them files. Do I believe Trump was on that island doing something he shouldn't have? Who knows? Who knows? We all know this land and this country is, how can I say this without getting flagged? The chomo behavior is ingrained in this country. The forefathers, they were sexually assaulting slaves and anybody they wanted to. Murder. Oh, I mean, come on, man. Like, this is nothing new. The powers that be have been abusing their power any way they can. DC, the politicians in DC, bruh, you know what they doing out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just use your imagination. If you want the Epstein files, say they release the files. You think they really gonna lock some of these people up? Do you think they gonna lock some of these people up? You know what I'm saying? Somebody said Unc woke. What do you mean by woke, sweetheart? What do you mean by woke? Mark Mark Wu said child trafficking and all that coming out. Yeah, I mean, this shit ain't nothing new, dog. It ain't nothing new. Texas Bama said it didn't happen on American soil, so no. Yeah, they was on an island, man. They was on an island. Uh, what do you think? Said doesn't make him woke, makes him up to date and relevant. Yeah, man. See, the thing about woke, they took the word woke and they made it a bad thing. You dig? Woke was a good thing at first. It's kind of like Black Lives Matter. They took it and they perverted it into something bad. You know what I'm saying? Woke just simply meant you're awake. You're not asleep like the 85% of the rest of the world. You can see what's going on clearly. You don't buy everything that the government and the media is selling. Somehow they took woke and they turned it into something else. War Peace said, for y'all Republicans with y'all cold minds, go look at the Franklin cover up, aka Boys Town. Chico said the forefathers are the natives. The oppressors were the settlers. Well, when I say forefathers, we know what I mean. We know what we mean. The forefathers who did, put the Constitution into place, all that stuff. The people that's on the money. You know what I'm saying? The guys that's on the money, dog. Like, those are the forefathers. But I see what you're saying, though. Nacho says, hey, bro, think Mexicans are the new blacks in America? What do you think? Hell no. Are you serious? Hell no. Definitely not. Mexicans are the Mexicans. You dig? See, what you gotta understand is everybody's talking about all this unfair treatment happening to the Mexicans. But what nobody's talking about is all of the benefits, all of the set-asides, all of the good shit that Latinos have when they come here. You dig? Black people never got anything exclusive. We never got, listen real clear. Black Americans never got anything exclusively for them. You dig? For us. Everything was blanketed under minority, people of color, things of that nature. And everybody else got theirs. And when we went to get ours, there was nothing left. Nothing left. You dig? Jessica said, I just saw a TikTok where a farmer was talking about a Hispanic worker making $70 to $100 a day. People don't see anything wrong. Wow. Track camp, what it do? Y'all hit that like button for me, man. Cross Rifle says, blacks got affirmative action. Affirmative action didn't benefit us, my man. Go do your research on who affirmative action benefited. I'm gonna say it again. I just said it. I'm gonna say it again. And I'm not being argumentative. I just want to inform you. You know what I'm saying? You need to be educated, because that's the first thing people say. Well, what about affirmative action? What about DEI? That shit didn't benefit us. You did? That shit was for other groups. Other groups benefited off of that. Jen Zenomi said Asian Americans didn't get shit either. They just kept their heads down. Oh, no. That's not true. That is not true. Asian Americans, they get priority over here. When they come, they get a pass. When they come over here, and I'm not hating, I'm just stating the facts. They get a pass when they come over here. They get credit. They get first dibs at these businesses and these buildings and things of that nature. And they also got a crime bill. They got an Asian crime bill. Even us as foundational black Americans, we don't even have a hate bill. We don't even have a hate bill. The Asians have an Asian hate bill that protects them. We don't have a black American hate bill that protects us. Y'all know that? And we ain't got to get too deep into the race thing or to the politics thing. I'm just stating the facts, man. Ray said, Asians bring in the money. What money do they bring in? We support Asians. Black folks support Asians. You go to any major city, we support Asians. We shop with Asians. You dig? Every corner store, all the hair supply places, the nail shops, we keep them in business. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Chico said, but us in South Africa see the cholos as you guys in terms of swag and lingo, hip hop, etc. Pedro said black people do $1 billion just in hair care. Tell them again, bro. Tell them again. Ray said blacks are too outspoken. Asians are more quiet. Yeah. Well, see, this the thing, Ray. Listen, Ray. You know why Asians so quiet? Asians and other groups are so quiet because they know if they make too much goddamn noise, what's going to happen to them? What happens if somebody immigrates here and they start making a fuss? Does anybody know? Can anybody answer that? Well, I'll answer it. The reason why Asians are so quiet and docile, and they they get their money. Number one, they're quiet because they're being catered to. Okay, they don't have to make a fuss. You don't see Asians get pulled over and searched all the goddamn time. You don't see that. So they don't really got nothing to bitch about. That's number one. And number two, if they get out of line, they can get deported. They can get sent home. You dig? Us, on the other hand, we're home. We can't get sent anywhere. So therefore, we're gonna make noise and we're gonna fight for injustices and we're gonna tell people when they wrong. We're not docile people. We're not just gonna lay down and let the government do what the fuck they want to do. That's just not who we are. Texas Bama said deemed to be terrorists or deported. Yeah. Ray said you're home but in poverty. I don't live in poverty, sir. I don't live in poverty, my man. I'm a homeowner. Okay. So I don't know what you mean. Where are you at, Ray? Where do you live at? What do you think? Said I'm a white dude that was a solo white dude who grew up in an all black neighborhood and school. I got picked on here and there, but never experienced full on racism. Shout out to you for being honest, man. Shit, I got picked on. Everybody, our culture is to pick on people. And not in a bad way. Our culture is to make fun of each other and other people. This is what Black Americans do. We call it joning, ribbing, uh, playing the dozens. Let me tell you something. It was an African chick that came to my middle school, chick named Onika, and me and my man would make fun of her. Let me tell you, if anything happened to her, we'd have been front and center. You understand? That's just how we get down. That's how Black Americans get down. We'll make fun of you. You come through here with a bad outfit, we going to joke on you. But we'll also help you get your swag right. We'll also protect you if need be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, now Hannibal said Asians in California different. Yeah, now I can see because it's Asian gangs. That's different. Now I can see that they can get pulled over all the time. They might get harassed. They are different out there and on the West Coast. They adopt more of an urban type of tradition. And they, a lot of them, not a lot of them, but they're Asian gangs out there. So yeah, I can see it why they would get harassed. But I'm talking about the average black man, the average black kid is gonna experience a lot of harassment in their lifetime. You dig? That's just what it is. Cross Rifle says, who cares? My man, listen, if you had something productive to bring to the conversation, Cross Rifles. Jessica said there was an application that farmers were able to fill out for their workers to come here and work legally. But you know why they didn't fill out the application? Because they can pay them low wage. Yeah, I mean, shit. Come on, man. Come on. Sarajo Ray said, where you at? He's gangbanging on me. C Cherry 706, what it do? Flicks Z7, what it do? Hannibal said black people are naturally good natured. I don't disagree. Chevy Lowrider said I'm a white boy who gets pulled over at least one time per month in California. You get pulled over. Let me guess. I'm gonna take a guess. You just by the name of your page, you have souped up Chevys. You got a bunch of lowriders that's probably out of code, right? You probably got some shit you probably get harassed and pulled over because your ride is not up to code. What do you think? Said no BS. Y'all, I was one of the brothers all my life, and I still consider myself to be. No, I don't act black because there's no such thing. We all act the same, walk the same in poor town, straight up. Yeah, I can agree with that. I live in a poor town. My man Ray said I'm here in poverty. I live in Maryland, right? I live in Mountain, Maryland. And this is the white ghetto. I don't live in a ghetto part, but I did when I moved here. But when I moved here, it was a culture shock. I've never seen a white ghetto like this. I mean, it's extreme poverty. It's white people out here living in extreme poverty. I've never seen such a thing. And as I started to travel around the Appalachian Mountains, West Virginia, Hagerstown, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Martinsburg, it's like this all over the place. It's towns all over the nation where it's white, impoverished towns. So I don't know why Ray would act like poverty is synonymous with black people. James Smith said, I'm a white man that never gets pulled over. Well, thank you, James, for being honest. Dan Jr. said, that's a rich neighborhood, he's lying. AU what's up, dog? What's up, homie? Marquand Bowie said, if black folks get harassed more than others, then black folks have to be included in the harassment. We harass each other more than anyone else harasses. Our feelings just get hurt. Nah, I gotta disagree, homie. I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree with that. I can't remember the last time I got harassed by a black person. Now I'll give you this. As black teens, when it comes to black teens, yeah, it's a volatile situation. It is something about us black teens. When I was a teenager, it was very tense. If I go to the mall, I remember fighting in the mall just because me and somebody looked at each other. I mean, in a split second. You dig? Like, it's something about the youth, and it's really like a miseducation thing. It's really, like an anger thing. I believe it's because we're angry at that age. We don't know how to really express ourselves. So I'll give you that. But as we grow up, when I see black men, when I see black American men, what's up, man? What's up, brother? What's up, brother? All the time. I go anywhere. Me and other foundational black Americans, we speak. You know what I'm saying? Chico said if the Crips and Bloods would join forces to fulfill Nipsey's legacy into enriching LA, hoods would be down for that. I don't know. What do you think? Said it's mainly kids that were like us from the pool. Ray said black men want to live comfortably. Everybody, I believe everybody wants to live comfortably, man. Anonymous says hormones going wild at that age. Abystenia says we lack emotional intelligence. Are you a black American? Because I maybe at that age, I'll be fair. Maybe at that age we lack emotional intelligence. But as we grow, I can't say that's the same for older black men. You know what I'm saying? Snack Man Adventure says Nipsey had a bad delivery but good message. But gangs we do not need. Shout out to LaDon. RQ said, yeah, right, Ray. Ray said, why blacks always discuss that gang nonsense? Well, gangs, to be honest, man, from what I understand, and anybody in LA correct me if I'm wrong, the blood and Crip thing kind of died down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's not as crazy as it was. Like back in the day, it was a really big deal to where we heard about it on the East Coast. Dot said the whole system is messed up though. It ain't making things no better. LaDon said, what state do you live in? I'm not trying to be weird. I'm in Maryland, homie. No, it's all good. I'm in Maryland. C. Cherry said, black American, I have citizenship. Oh, where you got citizenship to? Where you got dual citizenship to? Abbott Steadier says, I remember beating people up for stepping on my shoes. Emotional intelligence could have saved me from going to jail. I agree, homie. I agree. RQ said, you been to jail, bro? I've been to several jails. I never did any time, any crazy prison time. I don't have a big prison story, but I used to get arrested regularly, and I visited 5, 6 different jails. You dig? In my teens and in my early 20s, and jail was not for me, sir. That shit ain't. That food is not for me. Sitting there with a bunch of men is not for me. You know, those living conditions, people telling me what I can do, what I can't do. Nah, I value my freedom too much, man. Marquand Bowie said, facts, I come from that era, and as a grown man, I don't get arrested. This misfortune is adults letting children make their own choices. Spaz Dad says, I'm listening, just working and twerking. EJ Trill says, right. Wild Stacky says, hello from Russia. Shout out to Russia. LaDon, you did, let me guess, you did a bunch of time? RQ said, what do you do for a living? I'm a videographer. I'm a videographer. That's what I do. That's how I pay my bills. That's how I live. EJ Trill says, jail was cool though. Yeah, all right. Some niggas like it, man. Some people like jail, dog. I got homies that like jail. I ain't gonna say like it, but they don't mind. They don't mind going to jail, dog. It's nothing. Me? Nah, man. No, thank you. Executive First says, Baltimore. Shout out to Baltimore, man. Shout out to Baltimore. I be in Baltimore all the time, man. I used to run around Baltimore as a teen and in my early 20s. Marquand Bowie said, the problem with the youth is that there's inconsistent discipline. Tell me about it. What do you think? Said, we behave different because we got our ass whooped by our parents. Anonymous, shout out to you, homie. EJ Trill said the food ain't had no salt. Hey, tell you the truth, man, I don't think I even ate no damn jail food. Every time I would go, I'm on the phone with my mother like, Ma, you gotta come get me. You gotta come bail me out, man. I remember I had to do weekends. I don't even think I ate nothing. I know I smuggled some sleeping pills in just so I could sleep that shit away. I smuggled some sleeping pills and cigarettes in. I don't even believe I ate nothing the whole week, all them weekends. LaDon said, if you have anything in the world, what would you do? If you, I don't know what that means. Dot said, they too deep, all types of brainwash. Pedro says, 3 meals in a bed sound comfy for people. Shit sad. Yeah. See, some people, what I realize is some people, outside is too much for them. Like, freedom is too much. It's too overwhelming. Like, and I can dig that. When I was young, I was overwhelmed with society. I was overwhelmed with paying bills, and I never wanted to participate in society. So I can kind of dig it, but I would rather be free and deal with, learning to live life. But some cats, they like, man, shit, I go up in here, I ain't gotta worry about nothing. Everything took care of. Texas Bama said, and we have to consider low IQ levels. Executive Strike First said, I thought y'all was in Baltimore. No, I'm not in Baltimore, man. I'm about 2 hours from Baltimore. Lindsay Lewis, shout out to you. Spider, shout out to you. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. Ahmad King said, John Cena losing the W. I don't know nothing about the John Cena. LaDon said, is jail that bad? It's bad. It's bad enough for me, man. I ain't like it. And I've been to several different styles of jails. None of it. None of it. I ain't like none of them. You know what I'm saying? They dirty. People yelling all night. It's loud. You can't get no sleep. You know what I'm saying? 16-bit word says, how do you feel about white people? I feel about white people the same I feel about everybody. I ain't got no problem with any group as long as they respect me and mine. You know what I'm saying? Marquand said, ain't nothing cool about jail. Whenever you think jail is cool, that's because you know you can't live without structure. Yeah, it's nothing, absolutely nothing. And a lot of the OGs will tell you, like, you catch the right OG, they'll tell you, man, this shit right here, this is for suckers. Like, nah, the square life is the good life. You know what I'm saying? See, the problem is when we're younger, being rebellious, being a badass is cool. You dig? Being a badass when you're young is cool. But when you get older, you supposed to be buying houses, going on vacation, having family, having kids, doing grown people shit, and you look foolish. I got a nephew. Shout out to my nephew. I love my nephew. He is 27, 28 now. And he just got locked up again. And it's such a burden. It's a burden on the family. It's like, bruh, we don't have time and we don't feel like sending money all the time. We don't feel like texting on that damn app. We don't want to go through this shit, Holmes. You should have did the right thing. See, this last time he got locked up, I haven't responded to him because yeah, all I got is a good word for you. I don't have no money for you, bro. I gave you the money last time and you didn't do the right thing. You understand? And you made a wrong decision. Now you got to live with your consequences. You dig? Executive Strike First said, I'm 53. I just learned how to read and write last Sunday. And it's awesome. Shout out to you for that, man. Sigma, shout out to you. Chico said, how you feel about the 1%? The 1%. What you mean, like the rich people? I Am God said, why do everyone keep saying the white guy in Cincinnati slapped the black guy first when there's video of the white guy getting kicked before even the slap happened? I didn't see any kick. I didn't see any kick. Now, I'm not going to give up on him, homie, but let me tell you real quick. Last year, I got him in the rehab. And I'm in recovery myself. So I went to the rehab and I spoke. And he was in there when I spoke. And he was on the right path. He came out, he went to the halfway house, he was good money. And he got a job, he was doing the damn thing. And about 6 months later, 7, 8 months later, he wanted to hit the streets again. He made a conscious decision to fuck his life up again. I can see if like something bad happened and he used and he got high, but nah. You made a decision. You was living a good life. What happened, man? Like, what? Come on, man. Yeah, man. James Smith said, when you coddle people in jail, you actually hurt them in the long run. Bingo. This time, he's going to realize that, hey, look here. You got to thug it out, homie. Thug it out. I want to get back to this comment. Oh, yeah, the Cincinnati thing. Who all's familiar with the Cincinnati situation? I Am God. I didn't see a kick. I didn't see a kick. Let me give you my understanding. I don't know what happened. I wasn't out there. From what I saw and from what I'm hearing and seeing is that I heard they were Russians. I heard those white people were Russians. And I heard that the Russians was talking crazy to the black folks, and the black folks was kind of ignoring them, trying to like let it go and give them a pass. And then they just kept provoking them, and then we all saw the slap. I didn't see any kick. I'll go back to it to be fair. But let's say this. Let's say he did get kicked. Even me as a black man, if I'm in Cincinnati at 3:30 in the morning, I'm not standing around a bunch of rowdy people. I'm not standing around nobody unless I'm ready for some action. Why was the Russians just standing out there like that? What's with their wives? Like, think about that for a minute. If I got my girl with me, it's 3:30 in the morning. If we're leaving a restaurant or a club, I'm going, okay, excuse me, y'all. Excuse me, pardon me, homie. Pardon me, I'm going to the car. I'm not standing around fraternizing with people. You dig? I Am God said the video has been on X since day one. Two black guys tried to 2v1 the white guy, and they kicked him twice just a couple seconds before the slap. Well, to be fair, at that very moment, he should have got his ass on. He should have went on home. He wanted to be tough and prove himself, and they got their ass whooped, man. But my question is this. This shit happens every night. These things occur every night. People get stomped out every night. Why is this case so special? What makes this case so special? So you mean to tell me just because it's not black on black, we're supposed to really give a fuck about this? I don't care nothing about them people. Them people should have took their ass to the car. You dig? Jay the Great 410, what it do, homie? Spider says, does your family have a history of crime? No, they don't. No, they don't. 16-bit word said, because it's America and people can stand wherever. Yeah, and people can get their ass whooped wherever too. People can get spanked. People can get their people's elbow wherever. The point is, you don't say, well, I'm American, I can stand here, or this is a free country. No, even me, I'm gonna say it again. When I know when danger is abroad, okay, is afoot. I know when danger is close. I don't sit around that shit. Real quick, I used to DJ and throw events. The last event I threw, it was let out time. It was time for everybody to go home. So I'm out there with my security trying to tell everybody to leave. Y'all gotta go. It's people standing around looking stupid, just waiting for somebody to fight. At that time of night, at 3:30 in the morning, people are just waiting to see a fight. And I was telling everybody to leave. I told this one boy in particular to leave. I said, bro, go ahead, go, man. He's looking at me like I'm stupid. Long story short, he ended up getting stabbed because he did not want to go home. What are you waiting for? You're waiting to see some action like a child. You had a great night, get in the car and go home before something bad happens to you. You dig? "16-bit said because it's a video and it's a woman laying unconscious, bleeding out her mouth. She should have took her ass home." Jay the Great said, read your surroundings at all times. Absolutely. What do you think? Said, I'm from deep South Florida. People get their ass stomped on a regular. James Smith said, if you out drinking and be us at 3:30, you know the deal. Thank you, bro. Like, what are we talking about? 16-bit said, I get what you're saying about avoiding trouble, but that doesn't make it right. I probably wouldn't bring my kid on a subway, but that means we should clean up the trash out of the subway to make it safe. Let me say this. One thing we do know, all right, for everybody defending those Russians, one thing we do know is, if you watch the end of the video, you can see one of the Russians that got beat up. He's running around, he's walking after one of the black dudes, calling him the N-word. Did y'all see that? So we don't know what was said to make them get their ass whooped. Let me tell you about us. Let me tell you about the brothers. The brothers, if we out at the club, right, and it's late at night, 3:30 in the morning, we're not necessarily looking to cause trouble. Most of the brothers are trying to parking lot pimp. We trying to take something home. We trying to fuck something, dog. Ain't nobody trying to get into it with no old Russian people. What did the Russians say or do to cause that incident? Let me guess. They were just passing through. innocent, not bothering anybody. No, that's not the case. I think everybody can agree on that, that was not the case, that they were just not bothering anybody. Torch Blaze says, whole fact, I seen the video. Yeah, you seen him out there yelling the N-word. Pedro said, I'm from upstate New York. It gets spicy there too. Every place is dangerous, even the rich areas. T-Mac 305 says, we don't know what he said, but we know what he did. Slap somebody. Say it again. Well, the reason why I'm breaking it down is because somebody in the chat said that there was a kick thrown. Like the white boy got kicked first. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. But common sense tells you these Russian people were a little too comfortable at 3:30 in the morning. You dig? Like, that's what we know. Torch Blaze said, calling him the N-word. Yeah. Nathan Strader said, so words justify 5-on-1 and hitting women. Nathan, let me ask you, are you familiar with Jordan Neely? Are you familiar with Jordan Neely and Daniel Penny? Nathan said, if he called him an N-word, then handle it one-on-one. You mean be fair, right? You mean meet him with the same amount of force that he meets you with, right? Are you familiar with Daniel Penny and Jordan Neely? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Jordan Neely was a Michael Jackson impersonator on the subway in New York City. And they said he was yelling and he was threatening people and he was screaming because he was special needs. A Caucasian gentleman named Daniel Penny crept up behind him and choked him to death. Took his life. Jordan Neely didn't touch anybody. And the dominant society all around the country said that was okay. He said that was okay. Everybody, y'all said that was okay. So now, some Russians get stomped out, and now words shouldn't be used. You know, come on, man. Like, what we talking about, man? Torch Blaze says there was no video of him doing anything or nothing to anyone. Yeah. See, it's such a double standard. It's such a double standard, dog. How about the young teens? Yeah, are y'all familiar? I think it was in Cali, if I'm not mistaken. It was like 5 white teens that just beat a black boy up. The black boy is running around scared, looking crazy. But they didn't even get arrested. They just got citations. It's a video. Go check the video out, man. Go check the video out. Garrett Bryant said, go eat some watermelon. I had watermelon last night, man. It was tasty. It was tasty. Nathan, Jordan Neely, go look up the Jordan Neely case. Okay? It's a very big case. Not only did the guy who killed him get off, but Donald Trump and J.D. Vance took him to the Notre Dame football game. Come on, man. Ivan Curry said the white lady that took the beat down in Cincinnati says she forgives them for hurting her. Well, she forgives them because she was out there trying to get her licks in. She knows what happened out there. Nathan said, I don't care about bro getting stomped out overall. Why hit the woman? You got to ask yourself that question. You got to ask yourself that question. Do you believe that we are so savage that we just gonna knock out a woman? I don't know. What was the woman doing? Did the woman attack somebody? It's 3:30 in the morning. Everybody's drunk. I'm sure everybody was under the influence. If I'm fighting somebody and somebody's hitting from the back, I'm not looking to see, when I turn around, I'm not looking to see who it is, then hit them. You dig? Nathan said, I'm from Cincy, and I promise if someone hit my mom, I'm popping off. Gun emoji. As you should. Smiley 1023. Shout out to you. A Soul says she was trying to get her. She wasn't trying to get her licks in. She was getting attacked. Torch Blaze says, how about the black man that got jumped on the dock and the black kid swim to his aid? Yeah, you talking about the chair. You talking about Alabama, Montgomery. A Soul said, how can you defend this? Haven't you seen? I saw the video. I saw nothing wrong with the video. Let me tell you something. I've been in those brawls. I've been stomped out. Who cares? Go the fuck home. That's why you don't see me at 3:30 in the morning in front of nobody's bar. I don't give a fuck about that video. I've been stomped out. I've been in brawls. I've stomped people out at 3:30 in the morning. If you don't want to get stomped out, take your ass home. It's real simple. Ben Garrett said, let's talk about that kid that plunged a knife in the white kid on the football field. These incidents just keep us divided. Let's talk about it, Ben. I'm glad you talking about it. You're talking about Carmelo Anthony. That's who you're talking about. Well, let me give you my take on Carmelo Anthony. And the reason why I don't give a fuck what happened to Austin. It's unfortunate. I would rather him not have been taken out. I would rather him not have lost his life that day. Let me tell you something. A fact that we know that Austin's brother told us. Austin's brother told us that Austin was sitting in a goddamn tent, minding his goddamn business. And they decided to walk over there and tell that man that he has to move. Move? That's why I don't give a fuck about that situation. Free Carmelo Anthony. Free Carmelo, man. I don't care. What do you mean in his tent? It was the school tent and it was raining. It was raining. What happened to common decency? Why did Austin feel like he had authority over Carmelo? Why did he feel like I can go tell this nigga to get out of this tent? He should have minded his goddamn business, man. That's what he should have did. And left that young man alone. That's what he should have left that young man alone. Trayvon Martin. Y'all so fucking hypocritical. Trayvon Martin, 17 years old, went to the store to get a goddamn can of tea. Walking, minding his business. George Zimmerman hops out the car, being nosy. Followed him with a gun. Approached him. They got into a tussle. George Zimmerman started getting his ass whooped by a 17-year-old. George Zimmerman shot and killed him and went home free. Y'all said that was cool. Y'all said that was cool. Did y'all not say that was cool? I am God. Let me calm down. I am God said you were showing your ignorance in these cases. Okay, tell me how I'm showing my ignorance. Please tell me. I just gave you facts. Nathan Strader says, so it justifies to stab him. Insane logic. I just gave you the Daniel Penny case. The dominant society, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance. A lot of white people said it was cool for Jordan Neely to get choked to death because he was threatening people. He was screaming words. He was having an episode. Y'all said that was cool, right? Is that what y'all said? That's what y'all said. But in this case right here, with Carmelo, he felt threatened. You measure how threatened Carmelo felt. You can't say, well, Carmelo could have been scared for his life. And I believe he was. I believe Carmelo could have had PTSD. You understand? And so, no. And he gave him a warning first. He said, look here, man, back up. Go ahead, mind your business. You don't want what's about to happen. Okay? You don't want what's about to happen. Antoine Xavier said 2 wrongs don't make it right, man. Antoine, listen, my brother. I we all know 2 wrongs don't make it right, but at the same time, that man did what he felt. I wish he wouldn't have did it, to be honest with you. I bet that he doesn't. I bet you he wishes he didn't do it. He even asked the authorities. He asked the police. He said, "Is he okay?" I don't believe he meant to kill that man. That's why that murder one is not going to stick. Anybody that knows law knows that murder one that Carmelo Anthony got is not going to stick. At best, Carmelo going to do 10 years. Now that's if we see this tape. When this tape comes out, and the big buff twins ran down on him, and he got busy. What are y'all gonna say then? Because the brother told us. The brother told us what happened. They ran down on Carmelo Anthony. Why do you two big corn-fed dudes need to walk up on this man and tell him to move? Who are you? What authority do you have? George Zimmerman, what authority do you have to follow Trayvon Martin, even after the police told you do not follow? The point here is leave niggas alone. Leave us alone. We don't bother people. We don't get in other people's business. That's just not what we do. We don't go get in other people's business like that. 1975 says he got what he got. The twins were bullies. That's word around town, man. Word around town, the twins were bullies. You dig? I heard Austin beat his father up. They said Austin whooped his father. 16-bit word says stop equating different cases. They aren't the same. They are the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. George Zimmerman thought he had authority over a black kid. Austin thought he had authority over a black kid. This is the cause and effect. There are causes and there are effects. If you take away the cause, there will be no effect. If Austin would have went and minded his business that day, if George Zimmerman would have minded his business that day, we wouldn't be talking about neither one of these situations. I am God is repeating himself, talking in circles, and once again he says, you obviously don't know the facts in these cases. I just gave you the facts. I'm not talking about the made up facts that you probably heard on some white supremacist channel. I'm talking about the real common sense facts, the bare bones of the case. We know that Austin and his brother approached Carmelo Anthony, right or wrong. Right there, that right there, that's all we need. Everything after that, everything after them approaching that young man that was minding his business, I don't care what happened after that. They had no right to approach that man. George Zimmerman had no right to approach Trayvon Martin. Daniel Penny had no right to approach Jordan Neely. When Kyle Rittenhouse took those guys out, y'all were clapping it up. Clapping it up. He's a hero. Right? Yeah, it's so much hypocrisy, man. Sugar Bum, what it do? What's going on? Von Gillian says a man with a barcode still on his hat. Joey Ray said, you gave us your... Joey Ray, tell me the facts. See, all y'all doing, y'all not talking. All y'all are doing is repeating the same thing. Give me the facts. You can't. You're going to make some shit up. What are the facts? Sugar Bum says, that's not according to the law. Rebel Duster says, nipple Tigger logic. I know you're mad. I know you're mad. I know you're mad, sir. But guess what? Guess what? It doesn't matter if you're mad, sir. It doesn't matter. Nathan says, it makes no sense, man. If you approach me and I try to aggressively remove me from somewhere, I'm going to check you. Not, that's you, homie. That's you. So what? That's you. That's you. What if Carmelo would have got that knife put in him? Huh? That man did what he felt like he needed to do. Patricia Watts says you need to read. I need to read what? Y'all just speaking very vaguely today. Like y'all not presenting any type of intellectual comeback. Y'all just saying real shallow words. Okay. CP said very simple. If you have a problem, tell the cops. Carmelo can explain why he has a weapon after the fact. Carmelo should got principal coach. No. CP Austin and his brother should have went and got staff if Carmelo sitting under that tent was such a problem. But guess what? Carmelo was doing nothing illegal, and come to find out, it was not a weapon, and that's gonna come out. But it's been said that it wasn't even a knife. Sugar Bump said, we have to view this case by law. What case you talking about, What case you talking about? Hey, man, the whole point is, unless you're an officer of the law, you don't run shit. You don't run shit, Joey Ray. You can't be walking up on people like you run shit. This ain't 1900, homeboy. You dig? Everybody's not having it. You dig? So it is what it is. Sugar Bump said, Leah approaching people is not a crime, lady. I don't know who she talked to. Spaz Dad says, nobody better run up on me. Some people got PTSD. Yeah, some people got PTSD. You dig? Ben Garrett said, yes, it was a butcher knife, a kitchen. You don't know that. There are no pictures of the murder weapon. What are you talking about? And then what ain't a murder weapon? A self-defense weapon. Okay? It's a self-defense weapon. Sugar Bump said, did those twins attack him? They approached him aggressively. You dig? CR says they were chaperoning the event. It was their job. Y'all making up all kind of trash, dog. Now they were chaperoning the event. Nobody said this. Where are you getting this information from that they were chaperoning a track meet? How are you chaperoning a track meet? Come on, man. Ben Garrett says, so if someone comes up to me and says, I need to move, I can stab them to death. Sure, Ben, why not? Knock yourself out. You can do whatever you want as an American. Rebel Duster says, so don't talk to black people ever. That's your choice, man. If you talk, look, have the same respect that I have for you. You understand? You're not in any moral authority. You're not nobody to be telling anybody where they can't sit. You're not. So if you're gonna talk to men like men, talk to people like human beings. That's my advice for you. Ivan Curry said 2 people's lives was ruined that day. Carmelo headed to prison and Austin to the graveyard. Nothing gained, no one gained nothing. I gotta disagree with that. Our brother Carmelo, he is a hero. He is a national treasure. Carmelo is putting on Front Street, right? He sacrificed. Carmelo sacrificed, right? And I'm not even talking about no racial shit, but I'm just saying, he sacrificed. He let everybody know that you just can't run up on young black kids and tell them where to go sit. Okay, end of the discussion, man. Sugar Bump says, again, approaching someone isn't a crime. You must not know the law, sweetheart. If you in Texas and you fear for your life, you have the right to defend yourself, okay? So, before you just say shit on here, go read the laws in Texas. Now, the question is, did Carmelo fear for his life? You can't answer that, and I can't answer that. Texas Bama said he felt threatened, period. Yeah, he felt threatened. That's all. Ray Stover says always a victim mentality, starting to be a minority go-to. Joey Ray says the thing is, as a cop, you don't have time to sit there and try to make a decision. You have to think on the fly. And if someone has a weapon, what cop are you talking about? Why is everybody worried about the tag on my hat? 1975 says lies. The coach said he could sit under the tent because it was raining. Yeah, they talking about chaperones. Texas Bama, kids chaperones. Like, come on, man, knock it off. CRXR says, so when you feel threatened, you escalate the situation further. Yeah, yeah, sure enough. No, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to kill, not, pardon me. You're supposed to neutralize the threat. That man showed force, swift force. Okay? I've been in situations. When I was a kid, me and my brother got into it with somebody. My brother grabbed his big old stick and went upside his head. And the boy had to go to the hospital. He was real tore up. He had like some type of brain damage. My brother's very small, he's very short. The boy was about 6 feet. What are you supposed to just wait around and get your ass whooped? Them two brothers approached him. Was Carmelo supposed to wait to get knocked out first? Was he supposed to wait around and get beat on first? Like, come on, man. Sugar Bum says, you're walking a thin line, Sam, because you feel a threat. Yes, you can. That's the definition of stand your ground. Sugar Bum, that's the definition of stand your ground. Hey, how do you think? See, Sugar Bum, I hope you on a sister, because that's how George Zimmerman got off. George Zimmerman was fighting a 17-year-old kid with a gun on him. He was able to unalive a 17-year-old kid and walk free. Why are you caping for Austin? This is called stand your ground. You understand? Marquand said a lot of these dudes crying and complaining because they know what they are the type, they get disrespected in the worst ways and just walk away. Marquand, the reason why they crying and complaining is because they want us to be submissive and subservient and to say, oh, I can't sit under here, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go. No, a lot of these cats in this chat, they're really subconsciously scared. They're subconsciously scared that this is the new norm. They're really upset that they can't run around bullying little black boys. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Yeah, a reasonable threat. Now, Green Shell, what's reasonable? What's a reasonable threat? King Nick said Austin would be alive if he was a well-mannered young man. I agree. Tristan Leonard said, keep talking, I'm almost there. You don't want to come here, sir. You don't want to come here, man. See, this is what I mean. I'm just talking. And we got Tristan talking about coming here. That's why Austin's not here. Come on, man. Let's have some respect for each other. Let's have respect for human life. I don't run around approaching people because I love my life. If I approach another man, I got to be ready to put in me or a gun put in me or get beat up. I have to be ready for these things. You don't just run around walking up on people telling them to move. Crazy. Y'all hit that like button for me. Joseph said it. Look, at the end of the day, both people took a loss regardless of what ethnicity. Yeah, I agree with that. Again, I wish it wouldn't have happened. I wish that wouldn't have happened. I'm not, I don't condone violence. I don't like violence. I wish it wouldn't have went down like that. You dig? But it did. I wish Austin and his brother would have went and got staff or went and minded their fucking business. King Neek said Carmelo taught Austin a lesson his father should have taught him. Yeah, There's consequences for your actions. Yeah. Antoine says you can't just stab somebody for telling you to move. Why can't? And in Texas, you can. See, you try to minimize it by saying he just told him to move, but you're missing the part. You're conveniently missing the part where they approached him aggressively. You're missing that part conveniently. OG Toast, what it do? Yeah. Hey, look, man, shout out to y'all. Y'all know I will be back probably next week. I got to work all weekend. I got tons of videos to shoot this weekend. I'm in Virginia. I'm in West Virginia. I'm in Baltimore. I got so many places to be this weekend. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be on the road. I will be back next week, and we will be getting it in. Sugar bum, I don't understand what you laughing for. What's crazy? OG Toast, I'm good, man. I cannot complain. Shout out to the UK, Nick FPS. Y'all hit the like button before we roll out. Lil Rel says, shout out to Diddy. Yeah, shout out to P. Diddy, man. Lil Rel said, free the guys. 1975 said, Austin jumped on his dad while he was battling cancer. That boy is a devil. Come on, man. They don't want to talk about this shit. They're not bringing up Austin's past like that. They need to bring up Austin's past. You dig? I Am God said, how do you know the brothers? Because the brother told us. The brother told us. Austin's brother told us what happened. Sugar Bump said, I don't agree with stabbing people for telling you to move. See, see, Sugar Bump, you're conveniently telling a half truth right now. They didn't just tell him to move. They approached him aggressively, and I believe they was going to jump him. So you're not really being forthcoming. Truth, you're not telling the truth. Sonic Boom TV, what up, my brother? Sonic Boom TV says the irony is, which kid comes from a broken household? Yeah, they try to paint it like Carmelo was from a broken household. Come to find out, Austin was whooping his father's ass. I Am God said Austin ripped his dad's arm in jiu-jitsu trial. God damn. These people are amazing, bro. These people are amazing. These people are absolutely amazing. Jiu-jitsu class. Jiu-jitsu class. Sugar Bum, I can't, you sound like a raccoon. I can't address you, sweetheart. I hate raccoons worse than I hate racists. You understand? Go ahead, you can bounce, slump. Like I don't even be rude to people, but you doing too much. Texas Bama said they knew he needed help. Yeah, half truth. When you say all he did was say move, see, it's so pleasant. All Austin and his brother did was ask him to move. Y'all full of shit, man. I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all. Boom. We out. I'll be back.